Papercrafters. We are back at the Sierra Pacific Crafts event, and this is taking place in Salt Lake City, July 2015, and we are here with Ken Oliver, and he's going to give us a little demo of one of his products and apparently show you a cool new technique. Take it away.
Hey, how you doing today? Thanks for stopping by. I'm really excited to show you a new technique. Now, you might have heard of Color Burst before. If not, let me tell you about it. Color Burst is super cool. It's a brand new product that is a watercolor product, and it's a highly concentrated pigment, but it's in powder form. So you can use it as a powder to get brilliantly colored backgrounds. You can watercolor with it, you can paint with it, you can use it for stamping, and that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to show you how to make a really beautiful resist. It's a resist technique using clear embossing powder and Versamark and Color Burst. It's super simple. So the first thing I'm going to do is ink up my stamp with Versamark. And I'm going to make sure that I get a nice amount of Versamark all over my entire stamp. And then I'm going to stamp that image and make sure that I get really good, so I have a good coverage all the way around, and make sure that I get all the little lines stamped with the Versamark. Then I'm going to sprinkle clear embossing powder on my Versamark stamped image. And I'm going to put a lot on there. I really want to have a nice embossed image here, because this is going to be the resist. Wherever there's an embossed image with the clear embossing powder, there's not going to be color burst, so it's going to give us that image clear. And now I'm just going to put my excess back in the give that a nice tap to get rid of that excess. I've got a little bit of excess too here. Don't watch me do this. So you won't be able to see this right now, but I can see that I've got a really nice embossed, or it's stamped image right now with the embossing powder. I'm gonna take my heat gun, and I'll just do this real quickly. I'm just gonna heat set it so that that embossing powder embosses, and it becomes like a clear line. And it'll be very hard to see this on the camera, but trust me, it's there. So this was just a couple minutes.
I don't care how many times you've embossed, that's still magic.
It really is. It really is. Like whenever you see that powder turn solid and make that line, it is kind of magical. And what I'm going to show you is also really magical, because we're creating a resist where we're going to color burst, and wherever there's clear embossing powder, there will not be color. So that's really cool. So now I've got like a really nice embossed image. I'm going to take my paintbrush and dip into some clear water, well, kind of clear water, and then I'm just going to paint water on that embossed image. And I'm going to paint around it so that I get some all around on the inside and a little bit on the outside. I don't have to be real exact about this, because I want a watercolory edge on the outside of the butterfly stamp. So now you can see I've got a nice amount of water there, and I'm going to grab some color bursts. I'm going to grab some really rich colors. I'm going to get indigo. It's one of the new colors that we just released. I'm going to get some indigo. I'm going to get some violet. And you can see I'm just sprinkling it on my mat, and I'm going to use my mat as a palette. You could sprinkle it on the paper, but I really want to be able to have a little bit of control with it. I'm getting some Terra Verde green also. So I'm just going to start by grabbing a little bit of color burst. I'm going to grab some violet, and I'm just going to paint around in here. Do you see how that resists? How that resists wherever there's a line from the embossing powder, the color burst won't stick there. gonna go back and I'm gonna grab some green, put some green around here. That's gonna look really nice.
And for those of you who joined us for the CHA Paper Art Show coverage, Ken also shows the Colorburst products being used with stencils. And that's a really cool look as well. You can actually do 2 different types of lifts with those products.
That is super fun. Now I've got a lot of water right there, so I'm gonna just grab some kitchen towel and grab a little bit of that excess water up, just because it's a lot. And I'm gonna come back with my brush and I'm gonna grab some more color. I'm gonna get some indigo. And I'm gonna go right around the outside edge of this with indigo to really like give it a dark background. Can you see how rich that is? And you don't have to be exact with this. The watercolor or the color burst will find the edge of the water. So the paint will actually like find the edge and do the work for you. You see how that like kind of separates? So I'm just kind of like putting that dark indigo on the background there so that like really pops against what we've got going on here. And I'm gonna go back and grab some water and just kind of blend that out a little bit so it looks watercolory, easy to do. And then I think I'm gonna take some of this indigo and go back to the inside just to kind of like enhance that part of the image. We could even like go and put some in there. That would be really nice. So just like that, made a beautiful resist watercolor butterfly. You can heat set it, but it's a great way to use color burst. You're gonna love what you can do with color burst.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks so much for taking time for us today.
Thank you. Bye-bye.